We're back again to another episode, and we have Esther with us again. So, for the sake of those who are new, Esther, you may introduce yourself once again.
Hi, everybody. I'm Esther Soka, aka the Balanced Woman.
All right, awesome. So, she is an author as well of this book, Lost, Broken Hearts Heal, and with the same sense rather of broken heart healing, we're going to be looking at Life 360. Yes, Life 360. Many of us have so many things we're trying to do, trying to get into place. You're trying to have your formal job, you have your business, you have something media, maybe a podcast or something like that, and you're trying to figure out how do I just make this work together. So I hope we'll answer a little bit of your questions as we have this conversation, and I hope you enjoy it. Please remember to subscribe and tap on the bell icon for notifications.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome.
It's always a pleasure to be back on Tales of a Lady.
Thank you. Okay, so you'll tell us about this 360. How possible is it? First of all, do you really think it's possible to balance a lot of things? Or how much can somebody take before it's too much?
Okay. It's actually called Work Life 360.
Okay.
Because we are always working round the clock, and we have to live life round the clock. So because I'm in the office, it doesn't mean I've stopped living my life. And because I am out of the office, yes, I'm out of the office, but there are times that you get on call to do work. And so, like now, we are not in the formal work, but we are in our part-time work. So it's we are always working round the clock. We live life round the clock. And the greatest issue in Work Life 360 is where we find ourselves making a trade-off. So because you have to do a successful career, sometimes you find that you put the family life on hold because you're like, okay, I'm not going to manage to do family now. I need to do the career aspect of it. And so you tend to lose out on the joy, on the happiness that the other aspect of life can actually bring. And so you find sometimes it's not really that you've put life, family life on hold. The family life is there, but you are not able to distinguish when you are actually doing family and when you're actually doing home. Wondered why one morning you come, your colleague is just in a foul mood. Yep. You don't know, you haven't done anything. All you just said was hi. And the way the hello will come back is it's shocking. It's amazing. You just be like, hey, did I make a mistake to actually greet another person? It's not that you said anything wrong, but it's because the other person could have or could be dealing with something
else.
difficult. And so that is where the Work Life 360 comes from, where we're saying you need to live a fulfilled life, but not at the cost, not at the expense of any aspect of your life. So you need to carry along every aspect of your life for you to actually have a well-balanced, fulfilled life.
Well, that sounds more like a challenge actually, to figure out a way and how to deal with all these things. And wow, so I that reminds me, I've been reading a book. This is a book I was reading, Wake Up You're Alive, and the very last chapter talks about how his son went to look for a job, and right there at the interview, he tells them, during the interview rather, he tells them, whatever happens, know this about me. I will do all my work. I will work 40 hours a week only. I carry no work at home.
Exactly.
I will give my work my best. He said, in 40 hours, I will do what the others can do in about 60.
Yes.
But I am not taking any work with me at home.
Exactly.
And it was so easy for the interviewers rather to end up employing him, despite that they wanted somebody who was seemingly so like, they overwork and things like that. But then they chose to say this guy has two things: honesty and integrity.
Exactly.
He respected his family. So I think maybe it's about understanding how important other things are as well to us, allowing them to be of value actually. Because if I don't see the value of family, why am I going to make time for them? If I don't see the value of my job itself, why will I be there at the time I'm supposed to report and not sneak out randomly at 10 hours because I just want to leave?
16:50. Pick your bag. The day has ended.
And yeah, so even when it's your own business, I believe that even that should be treated the way you'd like your employees to act eventually. Of course, you might have certain privileges, but this is your work. It's about how much you actually love what you started doing. So maybe it's about us intentionally pouring ourselves into all these different aspects of our lives. I love my family members, I love my business, I love my former job, I love my podcast, and I'm going to make time for it every Sunday or every whatever day and record something when and if it is possible. That try to make it as possible as I can from my end. I think that's what I'm getting.
Exactly. And in looking at the work life 360, one of the key tools that we actually get to use is just you having clear set life goals. So when you have your life goals clearly set, it puts in a certain amount of discipline. That's where you can have a gentleman say, I'm not going to work beyond 40 hours. I'm not going to carry work home, because why would you carry work home? It means you are denying the people at home the time that you are supposed to give to them. And so the life goals. So when we talk about life goals, we are not just vaguely talking about it and say, oh, yes, these are my goals. So in the life goals, you need to properly categorize your goals. So we live life in different aspects. So again, there we categorize it in about 7 categories. So we're looking at your career in itself. If you are an accountant, a lawyer, a scientist, whatever it is, there is a route, there are certain studies, there are certain disciplines that are expected of you for you to be able to fit into that role. And so what is a certain character that you are supposed to have? As that particular profession. I'll pick on maybe the lawyers. So you realize that the lawyers, they don't socialize anywhere and anyhow. There are specific places where you find them socializing. And away from the career, let's talk about your spiritual life. How many of us actually deliberately say, okay, I want to get to heaven, and how will I actually have my name written in the book of life? What are the activities that I'll deliberately do every day for me to actually get to heaven,
get closer to God, have an honest relationship with Him firstly.
Exactly.
A genuine relationship.
Exactly. So a genuine relationship. How many of us actually have a deliberate policy, personal policy that says, okay, this is my prayer time. This is the time that I actually get to read my Bible. This is when I get to meditate. So you have, let me just run through the 8 categories. So you have your career, your spiritual, your family, your health, your finances, your social, and your ministry. So they're about 7. So you compartmentalize your life. So when we talk about ministry, each one of us has an assignment on the earth. So like now we have the chance to do podcast. That is your special ministry. We are here on this podcast. So this is your ministry. This is your assignment. This is where you actually get to maximize your full potential away from the career that you have actually chosen. And so when we move a bit from the ministry, let's talk about the finances. How are you managing your finances? Yes. So the income that comes in, how well are you managing that income? So it's from there. So to do the podcast, it will not come free. There is a cost attached to it. So how will you cover this cost? Let's go back to our financial goals. What are the financial goals that have been set? So we're talking about our social lives. Many of us do not take deliberate breaks. You take a break or you break down. Breaks are very, very important. You find that it's a weekend. It's a weekend. We are so busy doing every other thing. We ignore even the slightest thing just to sleep, even just for 30 minutes, you're resting. That is a goal that you actually need to set and say, I'm going to rest for this particular time. And so when we have all our goals properly set, clearly defined, it actually gives us an organized lifestyle that we are able to do the work and the life well balanced, well done. Yeah, because then you know to say, I will not attend every kitchen party. I will not attend every party. I will not attend every event. Yes, I am a Christian, but I know which events I'm supposed to attend at church. I will not be in church from Monday to Monday. I have other activities to do. Yes, I'm serving God, but I know how I'm going to save life. And so that is what actually helps us to be able to actually strike that work balance that we are always hearing about. How do you get to balance all these activities? So, like when we come to us, say the ladies, we are on tails of the lady. So, then we're coming from a generation where the lady just had to be home and not be able to do work. But now we are in the 21st century, where we have the liberation to actually be able to go to work and still have families. And so that in itself. Some are managing to strike the balance properly, but again, some are struggling with that. Because then how do you get to actually raise those little kids to be effective members of society? At the same time, you still have to go to work. Yes. So now, how do we get to balance that? By and large, it all goes back to us setting clear life goals, having the passion, having the values, you know where your stance is. Say, okay, this I can do, this I can't do, and this is why I can't do it.
All right. And to add to that, I think also looking at the things that the information and knowledge I've been assimilating recently, I believe goals should be aligned to a purpose.
Exactly.
That is what helps us, because if we just have goals without a purpose at the same time, it's like you're moving with the wind. You're getting all these things done, but there's no fulfillment because you haven't looked at why am I setting these goals. Firstly, why am I going to be waking up at this particular time every day and journal or write this and read this? Is it just that's just that part? It's going to get tiresome one day when you're not seeing the results. Like, what are you looking forward to? And it's okay to have a new purpose and new things coming up. Yeah. So I guess that's basically what we have.
Okay, so one more
thing.
Yeah, so when we're doing the life goals, work life 360, the most important thing for us to know is your life roles and responsibilities that come with that role. And so that's what makes it possible for you to switch from one role, one activity to the other. So we need to know when we are supposed to be a mom and when we are supposed to be an employee. So you are not a mom all round. There comes a time when you're actually a mom, and there's a time when you're not a mom. You are somebody's sister, you're somebody's daughter. And so you need to know what role you're supposed to play at what particular time. And that role that you are playing, it has responsibilities. What are the responsibilities attached to that role? Then you'll be able to effectively deliver on your work life 360.
Yeah, thank you so much for that addition. So I really hope that this has helped somebody out there one way or the other. I hope it has brought about questions and thoughts, meaningful thoughts. Remember, our thoughts lead to our actions. So I hope in the end we're going to bring about some really good actions, and that somebody's life out there is being transformed, even just a little bit, 1% better every day. Remember, 1% better at sunset than you were at sunrise when you woke up. So for today, this is what we had. The little 1% of information I had for you that I hope has helped both of us. I personally have benefited a lot from this conversation and having Esther here. Esther, once again, thank you so much for coming to this platform for this recording today. And I have my fingers crossed that you will show up once again, because there's a lot in this book,
That we
dear people.
digest.
There's a lot in this book. Surrender, pain, adversity. Please, please, peace for the heart. A lot of us are searching for peace. We want to find this calmness, this peace within ourselves. I wish us all the very best. Remember to get a copy of this book
Broken
at
hearts here.
150 kwacha only. Oh, only.
Get a copy.
Yeah, so get yourself a copy. This is our awesome author that we had today. Till next time, it's goodbye from both of us. I hope you felt the calmness in nature as we did here. Unfortunately, you can't see the river from here, but yeah, yes, exactly, Esther. Yeah, goodbye from us.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.